welcome for the week. Today we're doing templates for the laser machine. Templates can be used for two different reasons. You've got exact placement and repeatability. So we need to do both today. I've got two different reasons for doing them. First of all is for exact placement, and we have our new roller. That was a previous video. If you're going to go and check that out, go back into the videos and you'll be able to see that where we set this up and get it all running with the Sculpt S30 Pro. So for today we're going to jump across into Fusion. You don't need Fusion. There's plenty of different programs for doing the DXF designs, but I'm familiar with doing it, that's why I'm going to do it. So we need to get length from here to here, plus from here to here. All right, that'll give us the section that we need to cut out for this to sit into. But we also, I don't know whether you can see them really well, got these little cutouts, and the 3mm MDF I'm going to use will actually come here, so we need to do a cutout here and here on both sides. This one will sit in place, and then every time that I want to use this roller, then everything is going to be preset directly into Lightburn. So I'm going to jump across onto the computer there, and let's get the design running. Alright, so into Fusion we need two measurements. Alright, my length is, you can see here, so it's 211 long. So we're going to do a rectangle, so 200, and I'll go 212 just to give it a little bit of room. The width is 130, 131. Okay, enter. So that is going to give us our initial cutout. As I said, along the sides we do have two little sections that come out. So we're going to do a construction line. Come down here. Alright, our section is, so I can actually get the right measurement here, 12, we'll go 12mm to the center, 12mm, and we're going to go 5. Okay, let's get rid of the construction. I'm going to go 10mm and 5mm out. Okay, and here. Okay, reason why I chose that, 12mm will get us to the center line of where the screw is that's going to be combined. I want a 5mm clearance each side, so 12mm, then went 5, and then to get 5 each side, that's 10. So that's why I created this section here. 5mm out will just give me enough room to make sure that this is going to insert into where it needs to be. Okay, so we're going to repeat that on all 4 sides. Right, then that will give us our first section there, and then we're going to jump straight across into Lightburn, and we're going to set up some engraving to go with it so we know what the template is for, and let's get that continued. Right, so I'll fix these bits up here, it's identical, and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so just showing you that I've got the cutouts on each side here. So all I did was created these little cutout sections here, and then I just went in with the trim tool and just trimmed the line. So now this creates one whole section that is going to be engraved out. So I'm going to save this out as a DXF. We're going to get this straight into Lightburn, and let's finish this design off so that we can get towards the second one. So I'm going to import my DXF, which I just grabbed from Fusion. Okay. Place it somewhere around here, which is where it'll be actually on the laser bed. My machine is 0, 0 from bottom left. We're going to do a rectangle cutout, say somewhere around there. My position, bottom left, 0, 0. That's exactly where it's going to be placed. Okay, so now we want to do some text. because I want to tell exactly what it is. So this is my template. I'm going to drop the height down. Alright, somewhere around there. Okay, now I need to create it. I want this engraved, so I'm going to swap that to a different layer. It's going to be fill. My machine is 1800 with 50% power, and make sure it's on fill. Okay, this one is line. My machine for a cut is 290. I'm going to make sure I just do 2 passes to make sure it's a clean cut. And this one here should also be on that same layer, which I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. I want to do fill first before I cut. Let's speed this up already. It's going to tell me it's 32 minutes. That's engraved and cut. You know, mine's only a 10 watt, so that's pretty good for me anyway. Perfect. That's going to give me perfect placement every single time. When I keep this template in here, all I do is load it up. I'll be able to put whatever text or image that I want onto a tumbler, line it directly up through the center line, which I'll create, and that's how you do a template, right? As I will do a line directly through the center, which every design that I do, as long as I'm in that center, then every one of them will fit perfectly around that roller, because the measurements I've got for my roller are preset into my roller settings. I've also got that on a different video if you need to check that out, to how to set up your own roller. Okay, and I'm going to move on to the second one. All right, number 2. This is for repetitive cutting, to make sure that every time we're not wasting time, resources, making mistakes. We need to have a template made up for it, so that when I'm doing these leather patches, all I do is sit them in, and they're in exactly the same place every single time, and then it's only in Lightburn do I change whatever that I'm cutting. All right, so I don't have a camera in my machine, which makes it difficult to, if I had a camera there, I could line these up into the machine, I could see it on the screen and then put the text directly where it could be. That would save me a lot of time. I don't have that luxury, so I need to do a template. So to do a template, A4 page, because I can get the exact measurements of my paper. I'm going to draw these 4 different ones, none of them are the same. I'm going to draw them on here. I'm going to scan this into the computer, and then in Fusion, we're going to trace the outsides of these and then import these directly into Lightburn. I'm going to throw that into the scanner, get this into the machine, and I'll show you what comes up on the computer. Okay, template number 2. I've scanned in my document, so let's just bring this in here. So this is just a JPEG. Bring it in. I'm going to rotate it just so it makes it a little bit easier for me. I'm going to bring this up into the workspace. Okay, right click. We're going to trace the image, and I've sketched this. So we're going to go click on the sketch trace and see how much easier that comes in. Now I've done 2 of these identical shapes because you can see this one here, you know, I slipped a bit. So I'm going to use the bottom one here. So we will get rid of that there, but for now, trace them. Let's remove the initial drawing and delete it. And here's what we have left. Now right click, and we're going to ungroup them. The way any changes that we make is only on each individual shape. This is the one that I messed up. Delete. Okay. Now, if you zoom right in, you see that, I did this with a pen. Nothing is exact. We've got double lines because that's how it's cut. It's imported left and right version of it. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create just a rectangle. Do it on a different layer. So let's just do green. And for this one here, let's create a rectangle. Okay. All right, move this in until we get to the edges. There. There. And there. Okay. All right. Zoom out. Let's move that to the side. That is now the one that we keep. This one here is gone. Okay, it's as simple as that. We're going to create the shapes. Now this one here, you'll see by the corner of the lines, you can sit there and trace around this, and honestly, I haven't got the patience for that sort of thing there. What I'm going to do is just do a square around it. When I'm placing that patch in, as long as it's touching the side and it's touching top and bottom, then I already know that it's going to be lined up. And then within these, which I will change, I'll show you how to do that afterwards, we'll change that so that it is a frame, so it never cuts out. And as long as our image or our text is within that boundary, then it's going to cut out perfectly anyway. So I'll just quickly do these ones here, and then we'll show you how to set it up as a template. Okay, I've set a square, which is what it's going to cut for the size of the template. All right, let's get some of these. Okay, we've got everything lined up in here. I'm just going to do a text engraved piece that will just tell me this is for alright, leather patches. Okay, so just tell it what our layers are. This one's a fill. My fill is 1800 and 50% power. Right, so all our green is a cut. 200, 90 and 2 for a clean cut on my machine with my air assist on. And then my outer one is also a cut. Done. We'll get all this cut out, and let's see how our templates go out.